I did. They were doing fight nights. There were people out there still smoking K2.
Fight nights.
Yeah, it was disrupted. The counselors would come in.
2022
and they would read from
CR
a piece of paper.
8453, State of Texas versus Mark Daniel Lewis. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Hank Wilkins for the state, Your Honor.
Defense.
Ed Piker for Mr. Lewis.
And are you Mark Daniel Lewis?
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm showing you what's entitled motion to revoke supervision. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand
Yes,
it?
Your Honor.
Are you the same Mark Daniel Lewis who is placed on community supervision in 2022 CR 8453 for the offense on unlawfully carrying a weapon with a felony conviction on January 13, 2023 for a term of 10 years? Is that you?
Yes, Your Honor.
State?
Honor, violated condition number 15G. On or about the 26th day of May 2023 in Rusk County, Texas. The defendant, Mark Daniel Lewis, did then and there fail to comply with the rules, regulations, or instructions.
Excuse me, just one moment. Were you changing that date?
Yes, Judge, to 26th day of May 2023.
Okay, all right, thank you. Sorry about that.
Sorry. In Rusk County, Texas, the defendant, Mark Daniel Lewis, did then and there fail to comply with the rules, regulations, or instructions of the Bexar County Community Supervision and Corrections Department Substance Abuse Treatment Facility, in that the defendant was behaviorally discharged from the East Texas State ISF unit in Henderson, Texas, in violation of condition number 15G.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
All right, did you understand by pleading true to violation 15G, the court could find it true, grant the motion, sentence you to 6 years in prison?
Yes, Your Honor.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of 15G?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find violation of 15G true. Is there an agreement?
We don't necessarily have an agreement. I have no objection. The defense counsel has spoken with probation and we've conferred. And I think he has a proposal that he'd like to make to the court that the state has no objection to.
All right, Mr. Piker.
Judge, and then I will call my client because he knows better what happened than I could ever tell you.
All right, Mr. Piker, what are you requesting?
I am requesting that the court consider keeping him on probation, not revoke him, and move him out of, don't revoke him, don't send him back to that facility and send him to lifetime recovery. We've looked into it. It's a 3-month residential. He's motivated. Actually, it was his suggestion that if that was possible to get him out of there, he wants to help. He wants to get off the drugs, but he can't do it where he's at.
Okay.
And he is going to explain that to you better than I can.
All right, Ms. Abrams,
I apologize. I cannot hear.
on this case, it is Mark Daniel Lewis. There was an incident at Henderson and he wants to, his attorney is suggesting that he be placed in inpatient at lifetime recovery.
Your Honor, probation would not have any objection.
Okay. And so that I will know, what is the issue with that facility? We'll say allegedly.
Would you like to hear it from me or from Mr. Lewis?
Either one.
Mr. Lewis can explain it better than I, but I will tell you that he was in a gang. He was in a gang when he got there. He wanted out of the gang. He told him he wanted out of the gang. His life was threatened. His well-being was threatened. And quite honestly, from what he tells me, there was so much drug usage there and fight night that it was not conducive to getting better. It made it worse.
All right. And this is at the facility in Henderson, Texas?
Yes, ma'am. He will swear, he will tell you that under oath.
Oh, no, I'm going to make sure that the facility at Henderson, Texas, that we do, that a spot check is done, random, so I can figure out what's going there, because the last thing I want is someone who's trying to get treatment and wants treatment to be sent to a facility where it's difficult to receive that.
And that's why I wanted to address you, because I knew you'd be interested.
All right. You want to raise your right hand for me? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name.
Mark Lewis.
All right, so tell me what is going on at the Henderson facility.
Whenever I was here in this courtroom on January 13th, I signed for the 10 years probation. You gave me the choice to go receive help or go to TDC, where, so I chose the help. And whenever I was finally transported to Henderson, Texas, I threw myself into the program and I started learning about thinking errors. I started learning all the aspects I needed to learn for my first track, which was cognitive intervention. and had a very successful 45-day call. But during that time, I made the decision to step away from the gang affiliation that I was the gang that I was affiliated with, and I made it known that they were doing fight nights. There were people out there still smoking K2.
Fight nights.
Yeah, it was disrupted. The counselors would come in and they would read from a piece of paper for an hour, and they would leave until the next day, and it was back to the same stuff. And I made it known that I didn't want no part of any of that anymore. I was trying to get back to my daughter. I let everybody know, like, I was back in my Bible. I was trying to get myself right. And a lot of people took that offensive, and they threatened me, and they were trying to jump me. And thankfully the guard was able to see that something was going on, and they pulled me out of the dorm that I was in, and they placed me in a single man cell in restrictive housing. And when they came, they were like, they wanted to send me back to that environment, and I wasn't trying to go back to that environment because of the threat. And they said that by refusing that environment, I was refusing the program. And I knew that I would have to come back here and address you, but I'm trying to do better.
Okay. No, I appreciate that. So what I'll do then is I'll deny the motion, and I'm going to alter and amend conditions to include lifetime recovery, the inpatient, and you'll be transferred from the jail to lifetime recovery. All right. Is there anything else?
That was it.
All right, we can go off the record. See what I mean about communication being key? If I don't know this is going on, then, but thank you so much for letting me know.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You didn't get any more tattoos while you were there, did
No,
you?
thankfully not.
Okay.
Thankfully not.
And he's not from Indiana.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
All right,
Thank
thank you, Your
you.
Honor.
Thank you for letting me know.
Thank you.
Mark Daniel Lewis, can I have parties announced for the record for the state? Defense.
I'm here, Memorial, Your Honor.
And are you Mr. Lewis?
Yes, Your Honor. I have.
All right, Mr. Lewis, did you review the document counsel, you're on this side. Did you review the document entitled Motion to Revoke Community Supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor, I did.
Are you the same Mark Daniel Lewis who was placed on community supervision in 2022 CR 8453 for the offense of unlawfully carrying a weapon with a felony conviction on January 13th, 2023 for a term of 10 years? Is that you?
Yes, Your Honor.
State.
Violated condition number 4 in Bexar County, Texas. The defendant, Mark Daniel Lewis, did then and there fail to report to the supervision officer as directed for the months of October and November 2023 in violation of condition number 4.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
Sure.
Your Honor, state waives all the violations.
No objection.
All right. Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 4, the court could find it true, grant the motion, sentence you up to 6 years in the prison?
Yes, Your Honor, I do.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 4?
Yes, Your Honor, I do.
Court will find violation of condition number 4 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
Your Honor, I think that the state's going to make one recommendation and the defense is going to request something else.
All right.
But the state is requesting state ISF followed by gang/ISP, and then to hold GPS and SOMU in advance.
All right. And defense, what are you requesting?
Judge, couple of things. Mr. Lewis understands the seriousness of what he's facing, Judge. In the state ISF, my understanding is where he got into trouble before, correct?
Yes.
And so he was in lifetime recovery, Judge. That's what he's requesting the court to give him the opportunity to prove himself, get back on treatment with lifetime recovery. Judge, I also have a letter from a Mr. Juan Trejo attesting to Mark's character, Judge. I don't know if you want to see that or not.
Oh, sure.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you. So here's my question. I remember him. He's been before me previously, and previously it was a violation of 15G. He said that there were issues with ISF. I believe he said, I think either people were doing drugs or something else was going on in treatment. And, or either, no, someone was trying to fight someone, or they had Fight Club at the ISF. And I said, okay, we're going to check into that. And then what I ordered after he pled true to violation of 15G, I denied the motion and it was the alternate mean conditions and he was supposed to go to lifetime recovery. And people, it seems, are leaving lifetime recovery without telling me and leaving without my permission. So we need to start with one, why did he leave lifetime recovery? And two, why shouldn't I revoke him and send him to prison? So that's where I am.
If I can, I'll have
Sure.
to answer the first question.
You want to raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Mark Lewis.
All right.
Mr. Lewis, if you can tell the court why you left lifetime recovery the first time, sir.
I had gotten placed on a zero tolerance contract with my counselor. I was sent there by yourself, Your Honor, for a period of the 3-month program, and I was 2 weeks away from completion when placed on a zero contact order because somebody there had left his cell phone and they assumed it was mine and it wasn't, but that's beyond the point. I was on a zero tolerance order and then I gotten in trouble and somebody was cutting hair there and they were cutting my hair and they came and they said they're gonna write both of us up. And I took that to mean that they were going to violate the zero tolerance order. So I jumped to conclusions and I reacted wrong and I left. I have no other excuse besides that, no other reason. That's what happened and that's why that did happen. But I was doing the program and I was 2 weeks from completion when all that happened and everything just.
And what drugs have you been using since we have not seen you?
Honestly, I got back on IV usage of methamphetamine. I gotten really bad, like within 2 weeks of.
Oh, no, I can tell by your appearance.
No, I had gotten really bad within 2 weeks of there, and I really wanted to. I had found myself. I lost it again.
All right, so here's the thing. I'm not sending him to lifetime recovery. He is going to safety, or either if felony drug court accepts him, he can be at felony drug court, but he is not going back to lifetime recovery. So those are his choices.
Judge, I would suggest that we go to safety first and give him the opportunity to go into treatment and get that done, Judge.
All right, anything else from either side? All right. Violation of condition number 4 is true. I'm going to deny the motion, alter and amend conditions to include safety. And we can refer him to felony drug court. I don't think they're going to accept him if there's a gang issue with him. He's to remain in custody until transferred to safety or felony drug court.
Your Honor, if he does not qualify for safety due to his sex offender registration, would the court consider state ISF again?
All right.
And Judge, I'm checking on that with our coordinator for safety to find out if they'll take him, if it's just registration and not the current office.
Okay. So we'll do safety or felony drug court. If for some reason neither of those places will take him, we'll bring him back here and I'll consider something else. And he's to remain in custody until transfer. And there is going to be GPS partial for treatment, any probation visits, and work only. If you come back here again, your fault, somebody else's fault, what's going to end up happening is they're going to file a motion to revoke and you're looking up to 6 years in prison. And this tier thing, not going to work.
And Judge, I did confirm they will not accept him at safety due to his registration requirements.
All right, we'll see if felony drug court will take him. If they do not, then, well, so you all won't come back. If felony drug court does not accept him, then state ISF, that's cognitive and substance abuse.
I only do one track.
All right, substance abuse track then. All right, is there anything else?
Not for that, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Maybe it's you, Your Honor?
Yes.